Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to SFC Live. We're back pitch side, myself and Danny, following a good game for Sunderland. 2-0 victors in the end.
Yeah, I thought we deserved it, regardless. Obviously, Middlesbrough going down to 10 men. I thought we were the better team prior to that, and get that penalty just after half-time. We started really well, I thought, in that second half, and whether it's a penalty or not, it's a close call, isn't it? But decision went our way. Ross steps up and tucks it away at the second time of asking, but in general I thought we controlled the game for maybe 70 minutes of that game. Yeah,
and good way to respond as well following the Swansea defeat, and the crowd played their part as well this afternoon.
Yeah, they did. I think if you look back at last week, it was a difficult one to gauge. You know, you go down to 10 men early on in the game as we did, but the lads kept on going last week, so it's a difficult one. You sort of put it behind you. It's a disappointing result all round. But then you get ready. It was a good thing. I think we had the full week to get ready for this one, and I think that showed really in the performance again. We just talked there, didn't we, about man of the match. There's probably 5 or 6, maybe more candidates in there today. I went for Trey Hume. Could have gone for, as I said there, several other players.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at the action then, and we can discuss some of the points. We will be joined again by former player Julio Arca in a moment. But we're just going over the highlights here. We'll bring Julio in when we can. Julio's just joined us. Maybe you can speak about some of the incidents. We're just watching the highlights here, Julio. Welcome back, by the way. Did you enjoy your afternoon at the game?
Yeah, that was a fantastic game. I saw Sunderland play some great football, and it was a team that deserved the 3 points today.
So we're just looking at some of these early moments, Danny, if you want to pick up and just discuss some of these. That was a great chance for Ahmad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yes. Stefan gets away with one, doesn't he? He's a little bit casual. You can see he's trying to play it in there. Ahmad reads it, steps in, can pick his corner.
You'd expect him to score there,
puts
wouldn't
it
you?
past the post.
Yeah, I saw Sunderland have some fantastic chances in the first half. That chances that you need to take, because obviously in this kind of game you don't know what could happen. But luckily in the second half for them they managed to score 2 fantastic goals.
Yeah, I think that was the worry. We mentioned it at half-time, didn't we, where we have had good opportunities. I think Middlesbrough had maybe that one, wasn't it, where Forces hit it down to Pato's right and he's tipped it round the post, but other than that, we had the better of the opportunities, and you always worry going in at half-time. You haven't taken your chances. You come out second half, obviously it's 0-0. Middlesbrough are going to come out, but we got back on the front foot and started really well. Situations like this, I think they've got good numbers going forward. Middlesbrough's that final ball, isn't it, out the far side. You're looking for that little bit of quality from Giles. See, they've got 5 against 3 really there, Middlesbrough, and it's just that little stood-up ball to the far post. Unfortunately, from their point of view, just a bit too much on the cross.
Yes, quality. That's what we're talking about in this kind of games, that you need from players to make a difference. I saw obviously Sunderland were a better team, controlling the ball, passing the ball. Boro have some chances. That's the kind of game when you're winning 1-0, 2-0, you need to kill them games, because they can score a goal and everything change. Even with 10 man, Boro got a spell of 15-20 minutes what they done well, and they could have another. It could score a goal.
Yeah, that particularly came after the big decision, didn't it? The penalty and the goal, which we'll see soon as well from the penalty spot. You said it in the pre-game as well, Julio. You said it'd be the likes of Roberts, Clark, Ahmad who maybe would make a difference this afternoon. Ahmad was sublime once again.
And they did. That's the players you look at to make a difference in games. And when they're confident, when they're comfortable on the ball, when they give them time and space, they can create a lot of trouble to any team.
It's when they're on the game, isn't it? I think more so down the right-hand side, because Ahmad, he likes to drift out, like where Patrick's playing. That's where Ahmad, I think, likes to be, as we see with his goal. Drifts out there, so they link up well, don't they? Them little give and goes, little 1-2s around defenders, and then when they're getting people back into the box, and I've been there as a full-back, you've played there, and it's horrible when you've got somebody on their opposite foot on that side. You know they want to step inside, don't they, and drive you back into the box.
Yes, it is. When the two of them get together, you could say trouble is going to happen, and the quality the two of them and the confidence they're playing at the moment, it's great. I mean, it's that kind of games, for me today, I didn't want to end, because it was so good the way they were playing, even this chance, Patrick getting on the outside, crossing with the right foot. They don't see that
often,
often.
No,
normally come inside.
Yep.
He can do this as well, that's a fantastic.
But I think sometimes there you see the defender, because you know he wants to do it, you overcompensate and you go that way, allowing him the space, and that's all you have to do sometimes, is just shift it and just feed the ball across with your weaker foot,
right.
isn't it? And Jack's done it well as well recently.
Yeah, and when you're coming inside all the time, it's good to mix it up, because obviously the defender starts showing you outside, and obviously he's a player that can do that as well with the right foot.
A little bit of doubt then in the defender's head, isn't there, as well? If you've gone that way, he thinks, he's not afraid to go that side and drop the shoulder and fizz the ball in behind as well.
Yes, I mean, again, Sunderland look good on the ball. They look comfortable. They're playing from the back. It was great. I have to say, they might go a bit lazy in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think, that's something. Obviously, I'm sure Tony won't be happy about it because, it's good the way they play, but you need to play like that for 90 minutes. Because in 5 minutes anything can change, Yeah. So, it's a couple of players, they were a bit lazy. I don't know if they're tired, but, it's good to keep moving them all around from one side to another quicker, like they did in the first 75.
I said on comms there, perhaps the players weren't sure whether to try and get the third goal, just to sit on the 2-0, and then you get a little bit complacent with your passing, don't you? You give a couple of loose balls away and then it invites them on. And to be fair, Middlesbrough had 2 or 3 corners.
Yes.
Delivery wasn't great, was it, on the
corners?
What
about this chance late in the first half? Should he have done better there?
Well, I saw the ball was it looked like it was never coming down.
Yeah, I said he had to wait for it, didn't he? Yeah, that was the thing.
Could you have another touch, maybe?
This is the big one, Julio. Was that a penalty for you? Have you seen the back? We'll show you some angles here.
I mean, Danny can probably tell you better as a centre back. I think it looked a bit soft. Obviously, you have to look for a different angle. That's a pull in there outside the box.
Yeah, I think if VAR's here, we said if it's a Premier League game, VAR, look, I think the contact's just outside the box.
Yes,
but obviously,
outside the box.
Watch it back now, and I don't think. I mean, he's got a little bit of his arm, hasn't he? Does he trip in there? But when you're wrong side as a defender, you're up against it, aren't you? And Ross has got the legs on him. He cleverly gets across him slightly. There, look now, and I think by the time he goes down, the contact's already happened, maybe just outside.
I think, outside. So, obviously, when you have a player like him, getting in front of you, strong, big lad, it's hard to deal with. But
fortunate with the penalty as well.
Yeah, fortunate with the penalty. I think it's a good save, unlucky for the keeper, and obviously lucky that the rebounds get back to him and the score.
Maybe unlucky there, Stefan, because he goes early, so he's perhaps dived past the ball slightly, so he has to palm it back into the middle of his goal.
Looked like he did that. He read well the ball was going, and then it went probably past, and that's how the ball got back to the middle.
Bit of relief from Ross there, puff of the cheeks, and
well,
there you go. Look, there he goes.
Yeah, he could tell
little laugh to
his
teammates.
But he had a good game as well. He held the ball well today. He worked hard defensively and offensively. He could have another 2. He has some great chances.
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he's gonna be unhappy with that, but the main thing is they got the 3 points.
And
this is the spell now, wasn't it, Danny, where Middlesbrough really came into the game following that incident.
You could feel it in the ground, the crowd getting a little bit edgy, and they did, to be fair, with 10 men, and that one I think he's missed it across, has he? I'm not sure, but the one prior to that, ball to the back post, headed across past the post, and then you're thinking, is that going to give us a little kickstart to get us going again up the other end? And we did.
I was going to say there's moments where Sunderland fans will say they tried to walk it in. That was frustrated for the crowd, but they were just looking for those little gaps, weren't they, Julio, in the defence, and they had to be patient at times.
They have to be patient. I think one of the best things Sunderland done today was moving the ball side to side. Creating chances by moving the defenders around, and Danny can tell you better. When they start moving the ball side to side and breaking the lines, it's hard to deal with. Probably. I think what Sunderland was missing that breaking the last 4 line. That's the only thing he was missing. But keeping the ball from side to side, they were excellent. Yeah,
just working, as you're saying. We've been there as defenders when you play some of the big teams. I remember Chelsea a few years back, and you don't get a touch of the ball. You have to shuffle side to side, and your legs start to go, and then all of a sudden they just wait for that little threaded one, don't we? And this comes away in a bit, and this is what Ahmad's all about, isn't he? It's just that you'll see it from the other angle now, and it's pretty much like you back in the day where you drop the shoulder there and just a quick shift there, and defender's on his way there, and it just opens that half a yard for you to get that strike away.
Yeah, when you get that space, it's inside the box now, but defender, I think should have done better, knowing that he's left-footed, show him outside. But obviously he took advantage of this, body, and fantastic finish.
Yeah, no chance for the goalkeeper. I think he's got Lenihan's in front of his view as well. It's just there, look, drops the shoulder, defender goes that way, bang, too late, isn't it?
Yeah, great finish.
Good finish.
Deserved the goal today, the way he plays, enjoyable. Enjoyable to see, these young players playing the style of football they've been playing, again, watching like them today playing, it reminds me, I know, probably it's a bit far away, but Barcelona 2010, the tiki-taka. It's enjoyable to see a team being so patient on the ball. I don't think Sunderland fans haven't seen this for a long time.
The style of play.
That's why they don't get used to seeing players getting patient on the ball way, and then we create about how many chances today? 5, 6, 7 chances.
Yes.
Playing this style. Sometimes you play long ball and you don't create that many.
I said it, didn't I? As well, it's like rather than playing with a high tempo and fizzing balls through the lines, it's just gradually working your way up the pitch and then gaining 5 yards until you get around that final third, the edge of the 18-yard box, and it's just looking for that little threaded pass, isn't it?
And as you say, Julio, the fans will need to acclimatise to it, because it's not some kind of football they've been accustomed to over the last 20 years, have they? And like you say, some of the best teams in the world ever, that's how they play.
Yes, I mean, I'm looking back 22 years ago when I first came here. We used to have a great partnership, Kevin Phillips, Nigel Quinn, and that was long balls. Obviously, you have a big man, small man moving around, and that worked. But things change, like everything in life, and football is updated, year after year, and everything try to play now. And I think Sunderland, that's what it's trying to do. Obviously, the fans want to get the team from one box to the other as quick as possible. Now they know that by being patient, moving the ball around, they can get there, but in the right time.
Yeah, a few more passes and just being patient, working up the pitch, waiting for that little threaded one, isn't it?
Yes.
I see Dan Neil has been excellent as well. Dan Neil, what did you think of Dan today?
Yeah, Dan today was good. He was moving the ball around well. He recovered a few balls. He tackled people. That's the centre midfield that Sunderland fans like to see. Play simple. Get the ball back, play simple, give it to the ones that they can create. And then just, sit there in front of the back four.
Yeah, and I said in commentary, I think Dan Neil's physical game has come on leaps and bounds this season. But that's a good attribute to have in the middle of the park if you're really tidy on the ball and you're strong as well.
Yeah, as a centre midfield, I know, people want or expect them to have them 30-40 yard pass all the time. But centre midfield, if you get the ball back, play simple, obviously you become a better player and your confidence is higher and higher. And that's his job, in the middle of the park. Obviously play ball through the lines. Yeah, that's great. Can you score? Obviously, if you score, 8-10 goals a season, that'd be fantastic. So that's something extra you can add. But it's just, I think his main role in the team is just get the ball back and give it to the Patrick Roberts, the Ahmads, the ones that can create trouble.
Yeah. You give man of the match to Trey Hume this afternoon. He was, was really good, and he found himself all over the park as well.
Yeah, I did. I think there could have been several players looking at man of the match. Patrick, Ahmad, all the flair players, but I think in terms of Trey, he's had to bide his time to get into the team, hasn't he, since he come to the club, and he's at 5-6 games on the bounce he's played now, isn't it? He's been moved from right back to left back, playing different positions, but I think what I liked about him today is energy, getting up and down the pitch, timed a lot of tackles really well, didn't he, as well? And I just think his game is coming on really well. And
going to look at some of his moments in the game. He was getting back, making those blocks. It was those blocks where he put his body on the line, and sometimes he's finding himself quite advanced as well doing blocks.
Yeah, and stepping into midfield as well. A few times, wasn't it, he had to make a decision where to gamble, really. As Shane McGree, he likes to go in there and receive the ball, and he went all the way with him. I said sometimes as a centre half you don't like that when you look to your right, where's me full back gone, but he's 30 yards higher up the pitch. But if that's where he wants to play, and I'm sure they've discussed it in the changing rooms prior to the game, then that's what it's all about from his side of the game. But no, I just think he's ticking a lot of boxes at this moment in time, where we've been scrambling in the last couple of seasons, haven't we, for an out-and-out right back. We've had a lot of players playing there. Luke O'Nine's gone out there. Linden's played a lot of games at right back as well. Maybe not their natural positions, whereas Trey's come to the club, and he is a right back, isn't he? So from his point of view, he's got to try and nail that down as his position.
Of course, got Niall Huggins as well at the club, but for the time being, it's his shirt, isn't it, Trey Humes? Yeah,
I think so. I think Tony Mowbray would be absolutely delighted with him as well, because I think if you go back 8-10 games ago where he wasn't getting into the team, perhaps they're looking and thinking, does he maybe need to go out to get some games, League One perhaps, and go and get some game time? But he's sat around, he's had to bide his time, and he's taking his opportunity now.
Let's see what it does for the league table, the win for Sunderland this afternoon. Sunderland move up to 9th. It's so tight, Julio, isn't it?
It's so tight. Anyone can get in the playoff at the moment, and anyone can drop as well. But still a long season to go. Obviously, important win today. But that's it. You move on to the next one. You forget about this one. Probably celebrate tonight, but it's not much time because games are coming off, quick now.
Yeah, with Sunderland actually in action in the FA Cup next weekend, I think Tony Mowbray would like to be straight back into league action. We're going to have to wait until early February when we play Millwall down at the Den for that, Julio. But just looking at that league table there, Danny, so tight still. And, you can say that the top two have kind of pulled away now, as they have done all season. But for those playoff places, anyone's.
Yeah, but as players, and what you do, don't you, Julio, after the game, you go back in the changing rooms and you'll have a little look on your phone at the table. And from their point of view, and I will say it, and I know perhaps some of the fans are divided on this, where you think, let's just consolidate this season, let's have a nice solid season, you know, a 10th, 12th place finish. But when you look at the table and where we're at, what are we now? We're only a point, are we, off the playoffs?
A win and the results go our way. We're back up to 4th. You know?
That's the thing. You sling 3 or 4 wins on the bounce, and we're right amongst it. I think, as you say there, look at the top 2. We keep saying that them 2 are gone for me. Then, you know, there's a lot that could happen. The wheels would have to fall off dramatically for one of those 2 to.
And those 2 do look good for it, don't they?
Yeah,
to
they
be
do.
fair.
Yeah, but other than that, you look from Watford down to 10th. So it's 3 points in it, isn't it? So there's a lot of twists and turns going to happen. Middlesbrough, where they were when Michael Carrick took over, look where they are. You know, West Brom, since the new manager come in there. Norwich have picked up. They've scored 8 goals in their last 2 games since the new manager come in. So a lot's going to happen. And then obviously we'll then start talking about the transfer window, which is still open.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the pre-game programme. You feel if Sunderland strengthened in a couple of areas, and maybe out of necessity because of so many injuries as well, Julio, at the moment, Sunderland could be in with a chance of those places.
They are. I mean, if you look at them today, you think, well, we don't need anyone, don't we? Playing like the way they've been playing today. But of course, it's a long season, you know, and you need players. That's why we're talking about players coming in the team. They haven't been involved. They have to be there because at some point you'll need them. You need a good 22, 23, 25
2 in each
players.
position, and I suppose
you need them because it's a long season. You play cup games, you play during the week. Players gonna get injured. Players gonna be missing probably 1 or 2 games. So everyone have to be ready and prepared for this season. I mean, Sunderland is in a position that probably never expected to be at the beginning of the season. So how do you react now? What we do now?
Where would you look to strengthen? I get asked this quite a lot after games, don't they? Danny, the window's open. Where do we need to strengthen? If you were looking at it, engaging, where would you say is our priorities at this moment in time?
Well, obviously, you're looking at the centre forwards. You got only one there. You probably need another one just in case, you know,
at least,
something happen. Even if you want to play with one on front, probably another centre midfield. You know, another strong centre midfield, just like, you know, an experienced one. So basically, you want to have one experienced play in each line, if you know what I mean.
Because you're looking at Corey, he's gone off early, hasn't he, injured, so he could be out for a bit, and then that's where Dan Neil now becomes the senior player, and Dan's only 21, I think, isn't he? So it's not ideal,
So ideally you want to have an experienced player in each line. Is that possible? I don't know. Obviously they're going to have to look into it.
What about yourself? Are you agreeing there with Julio?
I've always said that when I'm like big, powerful centre midfielder in the middle of the park. I know Corey does great when he's in there, but if he's missing, I don't really want Dan Neil to be the one we have to rely on to drop off, because I think you take something away from Dan's game where he's driving up the pitch. If you're asking him to be the sitter, you lose some of his game, you're restricting him a little bit. So yeah, that's certainly someone I'd be looking for if Corey is injured, or just anyway, as we said there, two players in each position, and I think we haven't really got another out-and-out sitter who can do that job. Right,
okay. Well, I think we've discussed today's game enough. Julio, what are you busy doing back in the northeast? I understand you've been working with the foundation recently as well.
Yes, I got back here about 3-4 months ago, so busy. Yes, doing a bit with them, trying to get my A license hopefully in May. So that's my idea, is trying to go to the coaching path, and at some point get into professional coaching. That's my idea.
For Sunderland?
Yeah, you never know. One day, I'm only 41, so we're still young, you know.
You're still young, lads. You're still young.
You retire from football and you go 30, 40 years ahead, and what should I do? You know, and I think that's what football provides. You provide a second option, where is, you know, coaching, and if you're lucky and you do well, you can make another career. So
because you've already been at Sunderland with the 14s, was it, a couple of years back?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that age group as well?
It was good. It was a learning process, a learning experience. You know, obviously you're dealing with 14, 15. Now probably want to deal with, you know, adults. You know, getting to like the senior game, and I think it's something that another test in my career. You know, so why not?
Something to look forward to. It's very exciting as well, and we'd love to, of course, have you on the show whenever we can. Julio, thanks for being our guest this afternoon.
No problem.
And cheers, thanks for watching Around the World as well here on SAFC Live. As I mentioned, we'll be back in action here very soon. That's against Millwall on the 4th of February, 3 p.m. kickoff for that one. We'll be in the studio. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.